And costs continue to rise, creating some difficult decisions for many of us.
Economists have long measured and researched the impact of things like inflation and unemployment on our happiness.
So has our resident happiness expert, UW-Madison professor Dr. Christine Whelan. Welcome back to the program.
Hi.
Thank you. Good to see you.
What does this inflation, how does it affect our happiness?
Well, as prices rise, we are able to buy less. And when we're able to buy less, we get a little anxious, right? The things that we used to be able to do, we might not be able to do anymore. And you know what humans hate is losing things. So if I used to be able to buy something and I no longer can, I am engaged in something called loss aversion. That's what psychologists call it. We hate losing things and we get really anxious about it. So as prices rise, we get more anxious and less happy.
It is the most helpless feeling in the world because, you know, our salaries are stagnant and costs keep going up and up and up. Is there anything we can do about it? I think that's what increases the stress and unhappiness.
Right, so economists talk about it as potentially a misery index, right? Because it makes us just downright miserable when we feel like we can't do what we want to do. So the first thing to do is you got to face reality, right? Knowledge is power here. Rather than going into debt, figure out what you've got coming in and what the real prices are right now and what you're spending right now. The second thing is if you do have some extra money and you are able, spend on experiences rather than things. Because, you know, those memories actually last forever. The thing we get bored of pretty fast. And better yet, if you can spend it on experiences with people that you love, then you can build lasting memories and strengthen your relationships. The third thing, though, is to have that conversation not just with yourself about money, but to talk money with your honey and talk about money in relationships. And so I direct the Money, Relationships, and Equality Initiative at UW-Madison, and we have all these free resources for couples and even for roommates, people who are sharing a space around money. And you know, what we're trying to do is help people figure out how to have these conversations that are otherwise kind of ones we try to avoid. So we have free resources on what to do in tough economic times, and people can download them online.
Even if you're not a UW student?
Absolutely. They're for everyone on the Money, Relationships, and Equality website.
Well, how do you talk to your kids about that? They might not, you know, I want that. We've always done this. We've always had that. And now we don't?
Especially with the holidays coming.
Absolutely. So when my kids went to Target with me recently, and I said, think about it this way. Do you want that more than you want your money? And they all said, oh, my goodness, because if I don't have any of my money, then I can't make choices on other things. And so now is a good time to talk to kids about what their values are around spending, and then what your family and shared values are. And actually figure out ways to do things that can build memories without spending a whole lot of money. Because almost all of us are needing to look at our budgets these days.
Generic cornflakes instead of the Frosted Flakes.
I love that question, though. That's a great question. Do you want that thing more than your money?
Yeah. Oh, I ask myself that often these days.
We should all ask ourselves that.
Yeah.
Indeed.
All right.
Indeed.
Hopefully better times ahead.
Absolutely.
And what is that website one more time?
more.sohe.wisc.edu. So more.sohe.wisc.edu.
Okay, great.
People can go and download all sorts of free resources.
Great.
That's fantastic.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Great
to see you guys.